March the 5th, 2023. Guys, it's been a very busy couple of weeks. Got a lot going on. When you get this kind of weather in the springtime and you have a small farm like we do, there's not enough daylight to get everything done. Between you getting your gardens ready, different things like that ready, and taking care of dogs, and we added some more fencing and repaired some. I'd mentioned that before. And we're still looking for our bandits. So it's a pretty full day, but I haven't done as many videos because you got to take advantage of these spring days before it gets too hot. But this is something I've been keeping an eye on now. I think Governor Gavin Newsom has really showed his true side. You're looking at California, Southern California. This is residents in San Bernardino, California, snowed in, running out of supplies after the latest winter storm dumped several feet of snow in the region. Again, this has been going on, and I realize it. It says people are probably dying up here. SoCal residents snowed in and running out of supplies. Road remains closed, and Newsom is AWOL, missing, absent without leave. I'm getting reports that not only are they not sending the National Guard into certain areas, they're not, again, letting private helicopters bring these people food and water. Think about that. And again, there's images, I'll try to show you a few in the video, of entire grocery stores, big ones, the roof collapsed to the ground, people in line down the road in 10 feet of snow hoping to get something out of that. But in the whole city, the Ace Hardwares, everything covered in snow, people can't get out. They're worried about their friends dying. Gavin Newsom left the state. Now, while we're on that message, before I get into this article, let me say something about New California. And many of you in California have heard of this. It's the conservative side, which is like 90% of the counties, are against what the libtards are doing in the big cities. And so New California, guys, has actually sent delegates to the U.S. Capitol. They've got enough signatures to get this move made if they can get it. But for you guys in this area, and I know many of you didn't vote for Nancy Pelosi's nephew, and that if you hadn't, they probably would have stole the election anyway, right? But what you need to do, all these people here, the ones that survived this, and it's critical right now, it's been drawn out too long without help. You need to get behind the signatures to remove Newsom, and do the New California deal. What has happened is, again, 90% of the counties, but these big cities have so many more voters, and what they do is pull in all the migration and give them enough drugs where they'll vote for anything, right? The streets are littered with the problems. So California, your only hope is to get away from Newsom, get him out of office. And I think New California would be the best idea I've ever heard of, because it's a beautiful, beautiful state. And excuse me, guys, there's some updates coming in. It's a beautiful state. I've been there. I've been to Big Bear. I worked many years ago. We built the entire cable system for a town called Desert Hot Springs, right across from, I think it's Hot Springs, Bob Hope, that area. We were there working up towards Big Bear. Beautiful state. And I did some work in Huntington Beach, California, down on the actual coast. And so it's beautiful there. But you've got demons running it. So after we get you guys, we got to get you situated here. And what I'm doing with this video, everybody's heard the reports, but these people are without power, without food, and without water. Without transportation, because you got 10-foot drifts that people are walking through trying to get to a store that's collapsed. Okay, so you folks in Arizona, you folks in the very far south of California, down into LA, down into San Diego, and on the other side of the mountains, getting into, again, Desert Hot Springs, places like that, you need to start loading up as much equipment, water, food, and things like that as you can, and get up as far as you can up these mountains. Listen to what I'm telling you. There's many good men and women in this area. Load your stuff up first thing. Get up there, get as far as you can, And then if you got to let them trek out to you, or you trek in a little, take your snowmobiles or four-wheelers or whatever, start getting these people supplies, because now they're in the position to where they're having to tramp out in the snow that's 10 feet on their roofs and stamp out with their feet, SOS, someone come, Newsom has left us. Saying that residents in San Bernardino, California, are snowed in and running out of supplies after the latest winter storm dumped several feet of snow in the region. Some residents are running out of supplies and roads are still closed. Meanwhile, Governor Gavin Newsom is absent without leave. ABC 7 reporter David Gonzalez said it's a life and death situation in Crestline. How many folks are below that snow level that can get up to that snow where it starts to get almost where you can't get through there? How many of you can get it together? I'm 2,000 miles from there. Get it together, get some supplies in your Jeeps and things like that, snowmobiles, all of the above, and get some in there and help these people. You need to do it right now because the governor is failing. Says people are probably dying up here. Desperate residents are writing SOS messages in the snow. Well, let's take a look at just a couple of these images here. Life and death situation is unfolding in the San Bernardino Mountains after the week's powerful winter storm. This is Crestline, California on March the 4th. Again, Crestline, one of many destroyed buildings. Guys, it's a complete wipeout up there. People are without electricity. They're worried about their relatives right now. And they're naming streets for other people to go and check and all. So there's no reason that lower mountain community, again, Arizona, California, possibly Nevada, get in there and start pushing in, guys, with all your might. This is, again, they're saying life and death situation. Now, I know about this area, and there's so many people that love to jet ski, young bucks, as I call them, the young girls. Love to jet ski, or snow ski, snow in the mountains, get on your four-wheelers and do all that. Focus all of your energy now on this area, not only Crestline, it's other areas, and you can look it up. The sheriff's department and things like that, they're crippled. I'm telling you, they're crippled. Gavin Newsom will not bring in the National Guard. As far as I know, no reports of that. I think a couple of people are begging for that. And even the reports that he will not allow private helicopters to come in there. So it's going to be up to you guys on the ground. And if you get some drones, lead it out in front of you. Find your passes. But again, look up Crestview, California. Look up the other areas that are there. This is where America shows its strength, not through the political demonic activity. It's been wars and wars for thousands of years. And all we've done here in America is continue that. The satanic movement. It's all about killing everyone. Now's the time to save some lives. So guys, I'm not going to drag this out any further. You start getting online. If you're in that area, you've got equipment. I know you do. I know people in Las Vegas. You like to go out to Lake Mead and do all that? Get your butts up here. Now, this is the sheriff's office excuse for not letting private helicopters in there. It says a private helicopter company, identified as Cal DART, thank you, DART, attempted to deliver food and supplies to a supermarket parking lot in Lake Gregory. Write this all in your maps. The parking lot was heavily populated with citizens receiving food rations. Private aircraft are forbidden from landing in declared disaster areas. Why would that be, guys? Why the hell would you do that? You can't make one area cordon off a section of the parking lot no bigger than for a bus that a helicopter can land in and get these foods and supplies. This is what's called libtard at its maximum, and it has went into, as in many states, from political to police. Now, I'm a police supporter. I'm a blue line guy, and I believe in that. But this is out of hand. They don't want to see you guys have a new California. That's what it's going to take. But it says the parking lot, again, was heavily populated with citizens receiving food rations. But in a lot of guys, if you look through these articles, They stood in line for hours only to get there and get nothing. There's one image that's not mine that shows people in line in deep, deep snow. But you can see from the overhead, it was a drone or something, the entire ceiling of the entire roof of a large shopping center was collapsed. The food and everything, and there's auto parts supplies, Ace Hardwares, things like that. It said, again, private aircraft are forbidden from landing in declared disaster areas. That is about as stupid as you can get. And Sheriff's Aviation denied permission to land pending coordination with our Emergency Operations Center to deconflict air and ground operations. What about keeping people from starving to death? You guys need to take Newsom, put him on a slow boat with a bunch of holes in it, and push him out towards Japan. Get the New California going. Get these demons that run these cities, the Pelosi's, the Newsoms, the other libtarded demons, out. California's a beautiful place. Ground helicopter and redirected it to an approval landing zone. Additionally, ground-based deliveries from CalDART are being escorted up the mountain for distribution. Guys, they can't hardly get up the mountain. This is an excuse. They were there. They were ready to drop it. Get it into the parking lots for these people. Any delay. Where are you, Gavin Newsom? You and Nancy eating ice cream? What are you doing? You're hiding and hoping people die. You're hoping the people... Here's what's going on, New California. The governor hates you for what you're doing. You've already sent delegates to D.C. He hates you. He wants you dead. You go against his narrative, against his agenda. He hopes you freeze to death. You folks there in the lower elevations, get in line, get your butts up there, and you save these people. God is watching you. It's a heads up. Be safe.